Okay, this is today's lesson. Today's lesson, we're going to talk about parallelograms. There are properties of parallelograms. I'm going to give you the summary. I'm not going to go through the explanation, and all it is proving triangles congruent to show you that these things are true. I'm not going to do that. We're going to give this a little shorter because you guys got to work on your homework from yesterday. Plus, you got to work on your homework from today, for tonight. Okay, so here we go. The properties of a parallelogram. Opposite sides are parallel. Opposite sides congruent. Both pairs of opposite angles are congruent. And diagonals bisect each other. Okay? Now, we're going to use those four things. That's everything that you need to know. I could stop right here and you could do the worksheet because everything else just falls from that. Because that's all it is. If opposite side, and then to prove the triangles are, the parallelogram is a parallelogram, the converse of those statements are also true. So this is 1, 2, 3, and this 4 goes right here, but I didn't have enough room to write it. Okay? So here we go. If both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. If both pairs of opposite sides are congruent, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. If both pairs of opposite angles are congruent, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. If diagonals bisect each other, that means that they divide each other into congruent parts. They're not all four congruent, but this is congruent to this, and this is congruent to that. That's the diagonals. Okay, let's look what that means. All right, there's one more thing. It says, if one pair of opposite sides is both parallel and congruent, then it's also a parallelogram. Okay, so we're going to add that in there. All right, so we're given each of the problems below is a parallelogram. Find the indicated measure. Okay, well, we have opposite angles are congruent. So that means that X is going to be 54. Opposite sides are congruent. That means that W is going to be 9. This is degrees. And Z is going to be 7. Okay? Now, the only thing we have left is that we don't know what Y is. Well, these are consecutive interior angles because these lines are parallel and this is cut by a transversal. So then we do 180 minus 54, 126 degrees. Okay, so that's what you have to do on there. We've had a problem like this before. You got to use the fact that it's a parallelogram. So you got alternate interior angles congruent. You've got angles of a triangle add up to 180. You got to find all the different sides, all the different angles. So here we go. A is 50 because it's alternate interior with 50. B is 70, alternate interior with 70. C is 42, alternate interior with 42. All right, now, so this is 42. All right, so now we can find, let's see, what else do we know? We know A is 50. All right, let's find G. G, this is a triangle right here, so we can find G. So it's going to be 42 plus 50 equals 92. From 180 minus 92 equals 88. So we know that G is 88. We know that these two, G and F, G plus F equals 180 because they're a linear pair. So G, if G is 88, we already know that that's going to be 92 for F. What do we got to find? D? All right, so D and E, or D and E, are they're going to be the same thing. All right, so what do we need to do? Let's see what we have angles of a triangle, right? So we can find, we know that F is 92. We know that B is 70. 70 plus 92 equals 162. Subtract that from 180 minus 162 equals 18. Yeah, 7, 18. 18. So that means that D is 18 and alternate interior E is 18 also. All right. Let's go to the next problem. So given that AB is 6, BC is 10, AC is 6, okay, there's some things that we can tell that's an isosceles triangle, so we'll know that 2 and 3 are going to be congruent anyway. So we want to know, oh, and this is 80 here, okay? So 1 has to be 80 because that makes this a parallelogram. So this is 80 is 1. 2. Let's see, what can we do here? Isosceles 80. So 2, if this is isosceles, and there's 180 degrees in a triangle, and 2 and 3 are congruent, then angle 2 plus angle 3 plus 100 equals 180. So that'd be 80, 40 each. No, plus 80. Got ahead of myself. This is 80. So we're going to subtract that. So 2 plus 3 equals 100. So each of those is 50. Okay. That means 5 is 50 also because they're on a parallelogram. And 4, well, these angles, if this side is equal to this side, let's see what we got here. 10, 6, 5 and 4 have to be congruent. 5 and 4 have to be congruent, so this is also 50. All right, here we go. If this is a parallelogram, alternate interior angles are congruent. So we would say that angle 1 is x squared minus 50 is equal to angle 3, which is 5x. And then this one, we have angle 2, which is y squared is equal to angle 4, which is y plus 30. We have a quadratic. The way we solve quadratics is to factor. So we'll go ahead and move this 5x to the other side. X squared minus 5x minus 50 equals 0. That factors into 10 and 5. 10 times 5 is 50. 10 minus 5 is 5. So we say x minus 10, x plus 5 equals 0. So x equals 10, or x equals -5. Can x equal -5? Let's see. That would make angle 3 into a negative number, so it's only 10. So x is 10. All right, other one. So we have y squared minus y minus 30 equals 0. Subtract y, subtract 30. That's what you get there. 30, let's see. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 minus 5 is 1. So we have y minus 6 and y plus 5 equals 0. So then you would say that y equals 6 or y equals -5. Can it be both? It could be both on this one because -5 plus 30 is 25, and y squared is -5 squared is 25. So it's either going to be, both of those answers are consistent. We don't know which one it is, so it's going to be either 6 or -5. Both of those will work. All right. What else do we have? Last problem. How much time do I have left? Okay, I think I can get it in. All right. Given this parallelogram. All right. So if this is parallel, this is 14, 25. If this side is 25 and this is a parallelogram, then this little piece here has to be 15. That's this piece right here, because 15 plus 10 is 25. All right. Let's see what we have here. Parallelogram. This angle has to equal this angle. What else do we have? This angle has to be this angle. So 10 is to 15. 14 is to. So this is angle. These two triangles are similar because of angle. That's what you know. And so we would say that 10 is to 15. That's a proportion as 14 is to y. Okay, so 10y equals 15 times 14 to 10 divided by 10 divided by 10. Y equals 21. All right, let me step back and say that again. Because this is a parallelogram, these two angles are congruent by alternate interior angles, because this one has to be parallel to this one. We knew this was 15 because these two sides had to be the same. So we know this piece right here is 15. This angle is equal to this angle because they are vertical angles. And if you have angle, then you can prove this triangle congruent to this triangle. I mean, not congruent, similar. We don't know if they're congruent. We just know they're similar because we don't have sides congruent. But now, since they're similar, we can set up proportions. This side corresponded with this one, so 14 and y, and 10 corresponded with 15, so that's 10 and 15. So then we set up the proportions, so y is equal to 21. All right, that's how you use similar triangles, parallelograms. You put it together to find missing sides, missing things. That's the way it works. All right, good luck with your homework. Talk to you later. Bye.